today. On our way to North Carolina. My usual deal.
Continue on route.
What we're going to talk about today. 5 mistakes brand new CDL holders make to either screw up their career or screw up their life. First mistake this whole industry concentrates either all about time. You know, get here, get there, run. These new drivers get in a rush mentality where they've got to do everything fast. You can spot them driving through the truck stop parking lot at 25 miles an hour, flying through the fuel islands, or they're in some receiver and they're trying to back into a hole. Some other drivers honking a horn at them, laughing at them on the radio or whatever, so they try to rush that truck into that hole. End up running over somebody's fender. Take your time. I used to work for a man, his big saying was, you know, no matter what it is, whether it's gold or pig crap in that trailer, it's just freight. It can be rebuilt, regrown, replaced, whatever. The two things in that truck that cannot be replaced is you and your career. Number one thing, just slow down, double check everything. You ain't never that big a hurry. And the rest take care of itself. Number two thing that the new driver's got to figure out: these dispatchers, brokers, whoever out here, they will attempt to bully you. They'll make you think that if you don't do this or don't do that, it's going to be your job. You know, whether, you know, they run hot to get a load somewhere. The big ones are running tired. You know, if you're tired, going down the road and your head's bouncing off the steering wheel, pull your butt over somewhere and catch you a little nap. Freight be damned. Because when you fall asleep behind the wheel and run over a family of 4, that dispatcher's going to be nowhere to be found. Or they'll do it in bad weather. That's another one. If you're rolling down the road and you don't feel safe, park it. Don't play that mess, you know. They'll try to tell, oh, other drivers are driving in it. Or so-and-so just went through there and said it was fine. Always remember, as long as you're in that seat, you're the captain of that ship. If it boils down and they won't fire you for it, there's a little law the FMCSA made called coercion. And if you can get proof of it, then you'll get paid. So always, always remember, in the end, you're the boss of this truck, because if anything happens to it, it's going to be your butt that's going to be on the line. Number 3 thing, I talked about this a little bit in that other video I had, but if you when you come out here, don't let your health go to hell. Come out here eating fast food 3 meals a day, drinking a 12-pack of Coke a day, not getting no exercise. I don't know what you did before you drove a truck, but let's say you worked in a factory or something. Well, you're out moving around and you don't have constant access to food and such. They're on the line while you're working. You got your breaks, your lunch break and stuff. But you can go down the road just piling your face full and one-way trip to a heart attack. It's a perfect recipe. Utterly crappy food and no movement. You're lethargic. That's why I prep a lot of food at the house. I got a microwave and a refrigerator. Not only is it better for your health, but it'll save you an absolute load of money. Because you go to your local McDonald's, buy you a quarter-pounder of cheese meal, and it costs you $8 or so. Go to a truck stop, buy it, it'll cost you about 12. Do that 3 times a day, 7 days a week. Get broke quick. So watch your health. Keep an eye on it. And if you see something happening with your health, find a way to get to a doctor. There's a lot of drivers out here got health issues and they just ignore them. And then somebody finds them dead in their truck in a truck stop. So watch your health. Going to get so far, it can't be fixed. Number 4 thing, big mistake you can make as a new driver is job hopping. You do not want to get this on your record where you go in and they want. The thing about it is with a trucking company, since it's a federally regulated job, any job you apply for, they're going to want your last 10 years job history, and they will check it. So you don't want to have, be a year driving and finally find this great job and fill out a thing and they find out you've had 3 jobs your first year trucking. Because if it's a good company, they won't hire you. It costs them money to hire you. It usually when you get a job, they want you to get a physical with their doctor. They got to pay for that. They got to pay for all your urinalysis and stuff. A lot of good companies will give you some money for your orientation. Then they got to put you in a truck and with a trainer and pay him a little extra money to train you. I don't care if you're already trained. You go to a new company, they're going to make you ride with somebody else at least once, just to make sure you're not a complete moron. Well, that costs a good chunk of money, and they don't want to spend that money on somebody they think might quit in 60 days. So you get that first job, and probably ain't going to be the best job in the world. But suck it up and hold that job for a year. After that, as long as you just keep your nose clean, no accidents, no tickets, the world is your oyster. You pretty much can go do what you want to do and finally, you know, get into making some money in a truck. And I saved the biggie for last because let me tell you how this will go down. You get your brand new CDL, you get through your training. You gotta drive a truck for a couple months for XYZ mega carrier. You're gonna come in the terminal one day, they're gonna say, go see so-and-so. You're gonna go see so-and-so. And gonna be a lot of back slapping going on and attaboys telling you how good a job you're doing. Now they've chosen you for a special program. They're gonna sell you a truck. Lease purchase, whatever you want to call it. And they're going to say, oh, it's only going to cost you so much a week. But you're going to be making this much a week because we're going to pay you 90 cents a mile. I'll give you a news flash. You cannot run a truck up and down the road 90 cents a mile. It cannot be done. My company puts out a yearly report. I think right now, this last year, they had $1.53 in every mile these trucks run up and down the road. But they'll sell you a can of worms, and if they convince you to sign that paper, as soon as you sign that paper, several things happen. You just took all the risk. You're responsible for the maintenance on that truck, which you got to buy from them, by the way. You're responsible for the fuel in that truck, which you got to buy under their fuel program. You're responsible to insure that truck through their insurance company, of course. You're responsible to make sure that truck gets washed, that truck gets serviced, that truck gets tires on it. And all they get to do is make money. You just took all the risk off their back. Then they run you silly. Oh, you're making good money. They run you crazy for about 6 months to a year. And all of a sudden, there just won't be no more loads. It's like, we just ain't got nothing around there. And you do a lot of sitting in truck stops and such. And all of a sudden, you figure out you can't pay the bill on that truck. Well, they come right back in, take it right off your hands. They sell it to the next sucker. Or like Prime, I'll use them as an example. They got to deal with Freightliner, and they repo it from the driver, peel the stickers off it, put on a Freightliner lot and sell it. They don't resell whole trucks. And don't fall for the lease purchase scam. If you want to be an owner operator, the only way to do it is go out and buy a truck. Then you choose who you lease it on to, or go work the load boards, get your own authority. I'll put it to you this way. Let's say somebody walked up to you and says, hey bud, you look like a good guy. I'm gonna sell you a beauty shop. You tell that fella, I don't know nothing about cutting hair or running a beauty shop. That's all, don't worry. We'll send you customers. You figure it out. You're gonna make a ton of money.
Keep right.
Think you can run a beauty shop? What makes you think you can run a trucking company without knowing the industry? They always prey on the people that are just new into the industry.
Continue on
The
route.
ones that don't know any better. You know, insurance alone on trucks is going to cost you upwards of $20,000 a year. It's insane what it costs to run these trucks up and down the road. And you know, nothing against being an owner-operator. Hey, more power to you. You can make more money if you are a true owner-operator. But you take on a lot more hassle too. And you take on all that risk. You know, let's say your truck breaks down, it's got to go in the dealership, and anymore dealership deals, especially if it gets in that DEF system, are weeks-long ordeals. And just say it goes in the shop for 2 weeks of the month. You know what? That payment's still due. Don't fall for that. There's a lot more stuff you can do wrong. There's a lot of stuff you can do right. Those are the 5 biggies that come to mind. I get some more. I'll lay them out to you because I'm all about trying to keep you from tripping over your own feet when you come out here. Y'all have a nice day, and I'll catch you on the flip.